Welcome to Cold Spring Harbour Laboratory, and particularly to the Lieutenant Governor. Thank you for coming here, and to the Regional Council. You're doing a great job for Long Island and for New York State. Cold Spring Harbour Laboratory is a research and education institution. It's been here for 123 years, so it's 2.5 years we celebrate our 125th anniversary. And we are rated #1 in the world, of all institutions in the world, in molecular biology and genetics. So we have a very big impact in science across the world, and certainly across the United States. We, along with our fellow institutions, particularly those that started to accelerate Long Island, Brookhaven National Laboratory, Stony Brook University, Hofstra University, North Shore LAJ Hospital System, and Cold Spring Harbour Laboratory as academic and research institutions, along with some industries and venture capital, CA associates, and have started to accelerate is to really promote and develop economic development on Long Island. Cold Spring Harbour has been doing this for quite some time. We've developed 20 companies so far that have spun off technologies from Cold Spring Harbour, the largest of which was OSI Pharmaceuticals, that is now part of the Stellus Corporation, and that's still on Long Island at the Boracay Bioscience Park, which is a bioscience park we co-developed with Farmingdale State University. So the economic impact of research can be quite large, and I think that's part of the reason why I think it's great that the Governor and his administration have set up these economic councils to provide funds to do that. In fact, the buildings that we're in right now, this 110,000 square feet research facilities, was actually initiated by a grant we got from the state of New York. And then we raised 10 times that amount to build these buildings, and that has had a big impact on our research capability at Cold Spring Harbour. We're here in part to thank the state and the Regional Council for initiating a project, or helping support a project that we had initiated around about 5 or 6 years ago, which is a cancer therapeutics initiative. Cold Spring Harbour Laboratory is the only cancer centre on Long Island that's designated by the National Cancer Institute as a research centre. And as part of that, we have developed a new cancer therapeutics program. This is going to eventually cost around about $110 million. We've already raised $22 million for a specific project, $2 million of which came from the Regional Council and the last funding and from the state. And in the time since we have had that commitment for $2 million for this, we've raised an additional $20 million that is going into an advanced drug testing facility at our Woodbury facility, which is south of the campus that we're in now. And that is going to be able to, for us to do clinical trials on animals that have cancers that are very similar to human cancers in preparation for those cancers, those drugs that will go into the clinic. And in the last year, we've already had two drugs that have gone into the clinic, one for a very lethal form of leukemia. So I want to thank the Regional Council and also the state government, and particularly Governor Cuomo and Governor Duffy for their support of these regional economic development initiatives. I think, as you can see, this is going to result in us going out and raising additional funds, and also employing people that will, I think, have a big impact. And you know, a little presentation, but before I do that, I just want to acknowledge some of the other people who are here, and particularly Senator Jack Martins is here, but he's here, Bob Sweeney. Okay, sorry, I didn't see that. And Assembly Robert Sweeney, Assemblyman Robert Sweeney, thank you for coming, and Brookhaven Supervisor still, Mark Losco, for coming, and also Licensed Town Supervisor Tom Pritchie, who was welcome to Cold Spring Harbour. I was meeting, heard you talk about what we're doing at Town of Licensed. That's great. So thanks for coming to Cold Spring Harbour, and thank you all for coming. You get to see a little bit of this spectacular campus, which is not only a great research institution, but a very nice place to work. I'd like to invite the co-chairs and Lieutenant Governor Duffy to come over, and we'll have a photograph in front of this poster, which is representative of one of the projects that this council endorsed at their last year's meetings, and has already resulted. We have approval to do this. We have building permits that are underway, and we're shovel ready to actually build it.
I'll take one comment before we leave the presentation. First of all, thank Dr. Stillman and his team. It's my first time on campus, and already the governor's going to move his office from all the way down to his office because it's a fabulous view of the harbor. But this is a great intersection of public health, economic development. I'm just amazed at what I learned today. And from a layman to walk into one of the labs and have an understanding of why pancreatic cancer is so difficult to cure, as I got from a doctor and one of the lab researchers. It was a phenomenal experience. So this is a jewel. It really is in New York State. I just appreciate what what the president has done and what Cold Spring Harbor Labs have done. And this is really the beauty of New York State. You see the brain power and expertise that we have. It makes us all very, very proud. So I want to thank them, and also want to welcome Senator Martin and Senator Member Sweeney, who's here too, and for all their support. It's a state team, and I think everybody's just very, very proud that we can be helpful in some way.